And we are live. Welcome to Redbird Redzone podcast. My name is Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing. Joining me today, I've got my two lovely co-hosts. Why don't you two introduce yourselves?
What's going on, y'all? My name is Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with 2 O's. I'm going to apologize in advance. My dinner just got here, my little steak dinner. So I will be eating to start the pod off. Hopefully I'm not smacking my lips.
We're used to it, Jackie. You go pee, you eat. There's no difference. It's just,
Shit.
there you go. Yo, I'm Mac. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to talk about the Cardinals' 31-6 beatdown of the New York Jets. Will's Jets got beat down. Kyler Murray setting a franchise record, 17 consecutive pass completions in a row. Scampered for 2 touchdowns, ran 2 in. Just an all-around elite game from the Arizona Cardinals. And Jackie, you're what now? 4 in a row Cardinals games now?
I've completed the 4-peat. I went to Monday Night Football. We beat the Chargers. I went all the way down to sunny Miami. I got a nice little tan. We beat the Dolphins. Came back home, whooped the Bears. And then, I was in the building for that ass whooping of a lifetime on Sunday against the Jets. Oh, what's going on?
If anybody wants to set up a GoFundMe for Jackie to fly out to Seattle next weekend, feel free.
No, we dead ass looked at tickets too. I'm like, I mean,
too expensive?
No, Will found me a flight on Frontier, but I mean, I probably would just have to turn around and come right back home,
Yeah, that'd be a day. I think even if you're not there, I think we should be able to take Seattle down.
Yeah, there's no more 12th man, so I'm not worried about Seattle, and we've always seemed to historically have some good luck. But I just wanted to shout out my friend Joe here. Mac, I was telling you before we went live that he was in attendance in Germany watching Will's Booty Bowl.
Oh, no. Joe, I am so sorry. We'll get you some real football next year, man. I'm so sorry.
But yeah, what a cool experience to be in Germany. Yeah. And, they've announced 17 international games next year or some shit like that. So,
I believe it was Spain, Brazil, Mexico, 3 in London, and then 1 in Ireland, presumably.
Yeah, I'm working on getting a passport. I would like to go overseas and catch a Cardinals game if I can.
You gonna fly out to lovely old Ireland?
Yeah, I want to drink in an
Irish pub. Well, so hopefully you could be the good luck charm this time.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you could steal us a leprechaun. You can become our mascot for the show.
Show my boobs.
Trying to eat your steak, Will. We need to stop talking.
It's fine. I got my mouth full, but it's fine.
Hey, yo.
Damn. For those of you tuning in for the first time, we were very raunchy. We were very explicit. We were very not safe for work. So
this ain't your mom and dad's Cardinals podcast.
Where'd you guys watch the game? Or where'd you watch the game, Will?
I watched it in my dorm room with a bevy of Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh, okay. You didn't turn off at the first quarter this time?
Nope, I watched the whole dang thing. That was a thing of beauty. Couldn't take my eyes off it.
And what do you say, Jackie?
Anybody? Oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying it really was. It felt like a great, all 3 phases team win. This is the competent football that we saw in that first half of the Bills game where we thought this team's going to win a Super Bowl. But now that we're finally consistent and putting it together for more than just a half or a game, this is exactly where we want to be at this time of year.
Yeah. And I mean, 2 weeks from now, we might see a return for Jonah Williams. We might see a return for, I guess not even a return, a beginning for Robinson. I mean, this could be a whole new team in 2 weeks.
Yeah, and to Jackie's point, we talked about it a week or 2 ago, that we've been kind of waiting for the Cardinals receiving game, the passing game, and the rushing game to kind of, hit cylinders at the same time. Rush for almost 150 yards, 3 TDs. Kyler Murray, 2 of 24, 266 yards. Another passing touchdown. No INTs. He's now at 3 INTs on the year still. So he entered last week with his lowest interception percentage of his career, and that just kept following after the Cardinals' big win on Sunday.
And even despite this, Jackie, I think this might be the toughest week for a big dick player of the week because I think there's 2 really solid contenders here.
Who do you think? Who are your contenders?
Well, Kyler Murray for putting up that completion percentage and putting up that good of a game, and Trey McBride. And Trey McBride for playing out of his fucking mind.
There you go. That's exactly who my pick was. Big dick player of the week is none other than Trey. 2 moms, 2 McBrides. For making Sauce Gardner look like a fucking little boy, just running hard right through him. He doesn't even shake him off. He just kind of turns his shoulder and he just Sauce is just on the ground and then hurdling a motherfucker like that. This is exactly what you want to see. And that one fucking catch where he took like 3 hits at once and he still fucking caught it. That's my MVP, man. That's my tight end. That is, and tight end. It's like in my opinion, like such a afterthought of a position. But man, like if you got a good tight end, that is a game changer. That's a game wrecker for it. Just completely opens up your offense. And yeah, just the Trey McBride show. You love to see it. There was a particular play of when Trey kind of caught the ball, like he kind of had to kneel down, come back to the ball a little bit. But what trust does Kyler Murray have? Because he's just throwing it up with 4 defenders around him and just throwing it into in the middle of that square of defenders around Trey, and Trey being smart to come back to the ball. Like that connection is what I want to see with him and Marv. And it's still growing and I feel like it will get there. But that's why Trey McBride is the tight end that he is, because they have such good chemistry.
Yeah, he was gone. He was sorely missed. He's definitely Kyler's safety blanket. And another guy who's been stepping up. I felt like a lot of people kind of were giving him criticism very early in his career, which is, 6 games ago. But Trey Benson, 10 rushes, 62 yards, running like he's got his hair on fire. 2 catches, 25 yards. His first 3 games of his career, didn't have a lot of carries, 15, 16 total, but did not rush for more than 4.3 yards per carry in any of those games. His last 5 games now, he hasn't rushed for less than 4.6 yards per carry. Last week, 10 carries, 62 yards. So that's good to see. Get him, James Conner, working as a tandem. You throw DeMarcado in there every now and again to kind of mix it up. Be a little more of that scat back, but it does kind of seem like it's all coming to form right now, and we'll take the bye week, get a little bit healthy, hopefully heading into Seattle. But man, I just want to keep watching this team play.
That's what sucks. Yeah. It's I hate the bye week because I just want to see what can we do next. We are exciting football right now.
This team has gone from frisky to legit real quick.
Yeah,
and it's funny because it's funny because go ahead.
No, I'm just saying. Go ahead. Let me eat my steak.
4 weeks ago, we were sitting and dooming and glooming and wondering where it all went wrong. And since then, we have gone from, maybe we can hope for a good draft pick, to potentially running away with the NFC West. Should our schedule shake out?
We'll be this optimistic. I am fucking terrified. I am frightened. I am sorry.
We're gonna win the Super Bowl.
Oh, but I was thinking about this kind of comparison. I went to my high school reunion this last weekend. I know I'm old. But the Cardinals are kind of like that chick that was just pretty mid in high school or whatnot, and then
Jackie.
Jack and Will. Okay, I see you. But then, that's earlier in the season, even last year. They're kind of an afterthought. Now, you're heading into the break, but 15 years later, 20 years later, this team's actually, damn, kind of a baddie, So that's kind of what I was thinking a little bit earlier, kind of putting that together. But to your point, Will, everything seems to be going smoothly right now. And, you hate seeing the bye week when you're rolling on all cylinders, 4 wins in a row. But to get healthy, you're gonna eat this time up. The players need their bodies to relax a little bit and recharge. So, coming out, we got Seattle 2 out of the first 3 weeks, and you got Minnesota smashed in between. So, I'm ready for this back end of the season.
Speaking
That
of
Minnesota.
between,
Oh, go ahead. Hey, yo.
hey yo, Kyler Murray took the biggest pop he's probably ever taken in his career Sunday. Being at that game, it was so fucking scary to see in real time. And I'm like, at first, I'm like, that's got to be roughing the passer. Like, where the fuck are the flags? But showing the replay, it is a clean hit. But for
He
him,
got clownied.
yeah, no, for him to pop back up immediately and then
Smile on
a
his
play or
face.
two later, like throw that dime to Marv, it really shows like how much he's grown as a player.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I felt like early in his career, and then like even coming back after the ACL injury last year, like he was afraid of contact. But to embrace the contact like that, and then be tough.
And you would see if he would get hit like that, he would tend to run out of the pocket. But he looks more comfortable in that pocket than I've ever seen him, which is even something earlier in this year when we were watching, we all kind of had our doubts, but he's playing his best football and is a dark horse MVP candidate for sure.
Yeah, I don't know if this was legitimate or not, or if this was like a fan or a source, but I've seen people saying that Petzing, once the season concludes, is likely to get an interview for that Jets job.
Who the fuck wants that job? Fuck out of here.
I don't know.
Adam Gase.
Which is fine. I mean, you're laying down the foundation right now. You got a lot of young coaches behind him, so if he ends up going, I don't think it's the end of the fucking world.
For sure.
But
yeah, I mean, this
he deserves a lot more credit than a lot of us fans have given him. Especially earlier in this year, to see them turn around and we criticized a lot that their first 10 plays of the game were really strong, but then after that, there's nothing for the first 4 weeks of the season. It seemed like, and that narrative has changed greatly over the last month. Great to see.
Yeah, I've flipped on the dime for him. It's night and day with him.
Yeah, and these coaches, man, we talked about it last year too. It's his first time ever being an offensive coordinator, so you're going to grow into the position. You're not just going to hop in day one and be a Hall of Fame fucking coach more times than not. So the best ones keep growing. You learn on the job, and to his credit and the players' credit, they didn't seem like they wavered at all, and he's got their full support, and likewise. So.
Yeah, Petzing did a good job turning it around, and things don't work.
I'm very happy with this team right now, and I'm kind of glad it's a bye, so I can't really jinx them.
I'm sure it'll
hopefully. Knock on wood.
Derek says, crazy how Petzing has turned around his reputation. Yeah, because I think, week 4, we all wanted him gone. Week 4, week 5.
When you win games, yeah. I mean, we were on here. Will, I think you dropped the question week 3. If we finish, or week 4, if we finish bottom 5 team, should we move off Kyler Murray? And looking back on it, a lot of that we talked about it. Somebody brought it up. I don't know. But yeah, I mean,
Nick said he wasn't a
all. So I think it was a question in the chat actually.
Yeah, I've never wavered on my commitment to Kyler, man. I've always loved it.
You got that meat stay in your mouth. I got you.
Yeah.
My thing was, it's like, he hasn't been the most consistent, and you can probably chalk that up to Cliff Kingsbury. But My thing was this year, it's like when you need him to make a play, can he make a play? And now I feel like it's clicking, and it's not just him that's clicking; it's everything in that offense that's clicking.
Yeah, he doesn't have to play hero ball. You know, that's
And
what.
yeah, he doesn't have to play hero ball anymore. It's not erratic. It's very calm and just real good. I don't know, quarterbacking is a word or a thing, but that's what it feels like to me. And
Yeah,
even
I mean, you
in
could
this
be a
fight,
game manager. Game manager's got a bad reputation, but I want my quarterback to be a game manager, protecting the ball, and then he can come down and lead game-winning drives like Kyler's shown that he's capable of.
right? And despite his height, like there is nothing that a 6'4" quarterback can do that he can't either. We've seen. Let me read you this text that I sent. I have a very good rapport with my ex-husband, for our kids' sake, but he's always been a Kyler believer before I was a Kyler believer. So we kind of talk about that a little bit. And I said, Sunday's game is a great example of why he's good and gotten so much better. Rushed for 2 touchdowns, only missed 2 passes, threw over the middle, played under center, got absolutely rocked and popped back up and threw a perfect pass to Marv. Those are the things he's gotten criticized for. He can't, people say he can't see, over the middle, he's too short, he's afraid to get hit, he plays scared under center. Like, those are the things that are legitimate criticisms that he's overcome in just this year alone.
You just got your ex-husband's pussy wet with that. He was like, "Oh, she's on board." Ooh.
I mean, I've always been on board, but like
No, I
the
know.
whole draft process up until like the
No,
fourth
we were both in the same boat. You know, spending a top 10 pick 2 years in a row on a quarterback probably isn't the wisest decision.
right.
You know, and it takes time. And here we are, what, year 6 now? And we're kind of, new regime, new everything. We had to clean out that building, man. I think it all started with Steve Keim. You're not hearing these stories about even Michael Bidwell really anymore. So he's hopefully been trying to clean up his reputation around the organization and throughout the league. So, only hopefully bright days are still ahead for Cardinals fans. We haven't won a playoff game and coming on a decade here soon. So hopefully that can change this season.
Yeah, it'll be a decade if we get in this week or this year.
Damn.
Okay, I finished my steak. Now I'm locked in.
Sweet.
No,
Always stepping on the knife, folks.
Filet? I feel like you're a filet person.
I did a little 6-ounce sirloin, Texas Roadhouse.
Yeah.
I had a roll, some mashed potatoes, little green beans.
Man,
But
you're gonna have to hit that toilet here in about half an hour.
I know. Let's see. We were 18 minutes into this. Yeah, we have to cut it short. Kidding. But and then on the flip side, let's talk about this defense.
Oh yeah.
This is 3 home games in a row that
the first time since 1926.
Wow.
Almost 100 years, we have not allowed a touchdown at home in 3 straight games. Aaron Rodgers, who, can do no wrong, only managed to put up a measly 6 points on the Arizona Cardinals and what the media calls a no-name defense outside of Buda Baker.
Yeah, I mean, Buda Baker leading the way still. That guy is the heart and soul of this team, specifically defensively. But I mean, I just can't say enough about our cornerbacks as well, man. That the growth that these young guys have, that was a big worry of mine heading into the season. They're so young back there, but they're running, whether it's Garrett Williams, whoever the case may be. They're back there and they look like they're. I mean, hell, they held Devontae Adams fucking damn near touchless through the first fucking 3 quarters or whatever until he caught a couple garbage time passes. But man, you just can't say enough about this defense in general. And hats off to Nick Rawlis. That guy looks like a fucking probably a head coach in the making. The way he's been running this defense with the lack of money and star power, really.
Yeah,
I mean, I
clean and disciplined, and we got we saw a Sean Murphy bunting for like a drive or two. got a holding penalty. And then after that, it was the Max Melton show, who's stepped up in a big way. Garrett Williams is like proven to be a good number one for us. So like I feel like corner is no longer like a dire need.
Oh no, like in Starling Thomas too.
Yeah, Starling Thomas has really stepped up too. And then
I feel like we were writing off Starling about a year ago.
Yeah,
but that's what we were saying last year too. That the team that we had and the lack of cornerbacks that we had back there, you were able to give guys like a Starling Thomas looks, Dante Stills, up front on defense looks, and see if that they can hang in this league and not have to overpay people. So at the end of the day, it looks like it's paying off. And this team and this coaching staff, you can just tell I feel like we haven't seen a real development with younger players in a long time. I mean, even with Bruce Arians, I don't feel like a lot of the young players are really getting that true development. They sure weren't playing a lot their rookie years, but this coaching staff has done wonders, and no complaints here.
Yeah, there was a real lack of development with that Arians Kime regime that was just written all over it.
Holes here, patchwork here, and we haven't overpaid. Who's been our biggest overpaid bust? Free agent that we, I'm sure probably
Sean Murphy Bunting.
Well, yeah, okay, that's fair. Yeah, I'll give you that. But it's not like we've locked them up long term, and guys like Jordan Phillips, like he didn't really break the bag that much. Sean Murphy Bunting is as much as it seemed like Kime did year in and year out.
And speaking of GM, Baron Browning, I don't know his snap count, but his impact was felt right away.
Yeah, he had at least from the naked eye, he had at least a couple hurries on the quarterback. Let me take a look and see what his snap count was, if I can.
Yeah, that nice little spin move forced Rodgers out of the pocket, and then was it Lucetta that got the sack, or he hit the ball out?
I think it was Lucetta, yeah.
But even him, he's playing, great football. And I also want to shout out to Rabbit. Rabbit had to come in and start for Jalen Thompson. He had himself a day. He could have had himself a pick. But I saw an interview. I guess Rabbit likes to have spaghetti with ranch.
Oh, I heard that too. Yeah,
he calls it rabbit fuel, and
I think that sounds better than what fucking Will Levis does. So I'll give
mayo
him that.
and coffee or some bullshit.
Mayo and coffee, yeah.
So on Monday we had spaghetti for dinner, and I was very close to putting some ranch in there because I'm like,
I don't want to fuck it up.
It's that picture. It's like that picture with Lois and the pills.
Gotta give it to your daughter, see if she'd eat it.
Ranch and spaghetti.
Yeah.
My kid will not eat anything. She is a bottomless pit. Shout out James, what's going on? Maserati Marv fan. Also shout out Nick L. I was eating Nick, so I'm sorry I couldn't get to some of your comments. I didn't want to get all the.
You were eating Nick?
Yes, I was eating Nick. But yeah,
wow.
Shout out to everybody in the comments, everybody listening right now.
So
everybody's
18 snaps
first time.
for
How many
Baron
snaps?
Browning. 18 snaps, 31%. Which, not bad. First week on the job coming in here. Pro Football Reference doesn't have him for this week. He definitely was impactful when he was out there. So he's definitely going to get a chance here down the stretch. A guy who's got a lot to prove. We talked about it last week. So looking forward to seeing what he can be able to provide on the defensive side of the ball.
I think this is our second complete game this year. I think that from top to bottom, I have no complaints about this game, aside from the way that people are covering it after the fact. And if that's my complaint, that's a good complaint. I can live with that.
So they did give him a pass rush hurry on that, and that was his first one of the year. So that just shows you how he wasn't being utilized in Denver. He was playing lacklusterly, not a lot of snaps, throughout the season. But for him to come in here, get his first QB hurry of the season, that just shows this defense. They know what they're doing, and they're going to have a game plan for him when he's out there.
Have we been favored at all in any games?
I don't think we have.
We had to have been.
I feel like I remember hearing a stat that we've been underdogs in every game.
No, we were
played.
favored against the Rams week 2. Actually, I remember.
Were we?
Yeah.
That one makes sense though because the Rams had nobody playing.
Yeah, and it was a home game too, so a lot of those you get 3 points or whatever. But we were underdogs against the Chargers, right? Yeah, you might be right, actually.
Yeah, I really think that
other than that Rams game, yeah, I know for sure that Rams game that we were favored by like 1, maybe 2.
Yeah, so in almost every game to be the underdog and then go win and then to turn around and say like, well, what's wrong with the Chargers? What's wrong with this team? Aaron Rodgers is washed. Like, of course it's Aaron Rodgers washed, but they were still favored. And we won very decisively.
That's wild. They were still favored.
James Maserati Marv, if BB plays down the well throughout, do you see the Cardinals giving him a contract?
Yeah, why not? They like him enough to, send him a 6th rounder over there, which, it's not a lot or anything, but like we saw with Austin Fort last year, he brought in a lot of guys who aren't getting paid a lot, who got stuff to prove. We talked about, Starling Thomas last year coming in after a lot of injuries, and he's, proven to be a very valuable piece in the secondary this season. So I wouldn't see why not. I don't think Baron Browning's going to break the bank. Unless he comes out and has 10 sacks in his last, 6-7 games, whatever it is, then possibly. But yeah, I wouldn't see why not. That we wouldn't try to bring him back on a friendly deal. We like him enough, it seems like.
I know we're in. Oh, go ahead.
And really, we don't have to spend a whole lot of money on free agents.
No, we don't. Because this is, we've set the foundation, we've set the standards. A lot of this money too should be going to guys who we retain and keep here.
Yeah.
Trey McBride's gonna fucking need a big contract coming soon. I think everyone wants Budda Baker back, right? So,
and I really don't think at this point the way he's playing, he's like ageless almost. And if the money's right and the contract is right, I would like to see him ultimately retire a Cardinal.
That'd be nice. Yeah. He deserves it. Yeah. Cardinal fans deserve it, seeing him, follow the footsteps of kind of Larry Fitzgerald, the Shane Dones of the world, Devin Bookers. You want Budda Baker to retire here. You want Kyler Murray to retire here. And at the end of the day, you got to start paying these guys. Steve Keim had a lot of ill will, whether he didn't want to pay guys or releasing stories to the media or whatever the case. But, it's a different vibe now. And I do feel like more so than Steve Keim, Monty Ossenfort will be willing to retain a lot of these guys. These first 2 years, it was kind of a revolving door getting out a lot of Keim's guys. But these guys that still remain here are guys that have earned the trust of this coaching staff and GM and deserve to, at least get a good offer instead of being feeling like they're being scapegoated by Steve Keim that we saw Patrick Peterson, Tyrann Mathieu. You just go down the list. We saw it year after year seemingly.
Jackie, you good? I think I heard you gasp midway through that.
Oh no, I coughed a little bit. I'm trying to clear out my throat. So I don't sound like a dude. But Nick L says Budda and Connor need to get paid. And I agree.
Absolutely.
If the money's right, I know with running backs, they depreciate, especially the closer they get to 30. But he doesn't seem to be.
Connor's not going to break the bank either, I don't think. And
no,
he seems to love it here.
He's a leader on this team.
Or roll with me here. We get Ashton Johnson.
Then I just brought up Derek's comment. It says not that we will have a chance of getting him, but you guys hear that Ashton Genty said, yes, they would be the shortest backfield, but he would rock with Kyler, and that would be an exciting.
Honestly, I wouldn't even want to use draft capital that high. We got Trey Benson. I'm happy with Trey Benson. I'm glad.
But it would be fun.
Dick's so good, it has her looking like Aston Genty.
Huh?
What are you sipping on, Will? A little wine?
I add a little bit of Mike's. Didn't really do it for me.
Hard lemonade?
Yeah.
Like the OG hard lemonade, or did you have like a little
Like-
flavor?
It was a cherry, like a cherry flavored Mike's.
That's cute. I remember when I didn't like beer.
Yeah. Listen, I don't get the beer hype, man. If I want to get sloshed, I want to get sloshed.
I said the same thing. Now all I drink
What's
is
the
beer.
slosh on Mike's Hard Lemonade, though? All that sugar? Fuck.
Well, no, I'm not trying to get sloshed. I'm trying to get like a little medium buzz.
That's why you chug a couple beers.
That shit would make me shit my pants with all that sugar. No, thank you. Give me my Dos Equis. I don't have anything right now. I have a Coke. I'm hurting right now. I'm tired. I'm full. I had to take my pants off.
Hello. That's the OnlyFans toes and hose a little bit later. So,
Yeah. This is why I don't turn my mic off or my camera on anymore.
Hey, I'm paying this right now too. Well, I need another beer.
We'll be like, wow, Jackie, a 4K webcam. Where'd you get that?
Right. You see all the likes come through. People sending us, what is it, the super chats on YouTube? Nick says, I'm a diabetic. That shit would kill me.
Those my cards, man, they give me fucking headaches. Any of those like sugary ass shit. Just
Yeah, they give you the gnarliest hangovers. No, thank you. College teens will.
college team.
500 subscribers, and I drink the Panera Death lemonade.
Okay, 500. What is that?
500 subscribers. What are we at
The
right now?
Panera Death. I don't fucking know. The Panera Death lemonade. That's the lemonade that had like an obscene amount of caffeine that like got linked to like a couple deaths.
Sounds like a
Like it has like. What's that?
Sounds like a fun time.
It does. It's got like 200% of your daily caffeine intake. It's like 5 times more potent than coffee.
God damn.
Yeah.
I'll stick to my beer. Thanks, Will.
Yeah, no thanks. But on sort of the topic, we talked about Gannon a little bit and all the great things that he's done, not only for this defense, but this team. Do you guys think that there's like a legit shot that he wins Coach of the Year?
I think it's tough unless he closes out and it's just about perfect. I think it's going to be hard to knock Quinn off that pedestal right now.
You think Dan Quinn?
He's
Yeah,
the Vegas favorite right now.
Interesting. Where is Dan Quinn?
Washington.
He's in Washington. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I think if I'm just looking over your guys' predictions, I had us at 10-7 on the year. You guys are 12-5. If he hits that 12-5 mark, loses only one more game the rest of the way, I think it'll be right there, if not the guy.
And I mean, Washington. What's the score in the Washington game right now? By the way,
They're up 7-0.
Yeah. I mean, Washington. They've got enough, hard games to close out the year that I could see them falling off.
Yeah, we really don't. I mean, you got a couple. You got Minnesota. I mean, division games are always tough. San Fran at the end of the year, but you got the Patriots. Carolina can stack some more W's coming up.
I feel like that Minnesota game gets flexed.
I'd be down.
I looked at the Monday night
a little bit.
I looked at the Monday Night Football for that week. Jackie, guess the game for that.
You told us it was the Browns and someone stupid.
Browns Broncos.
Yeah, there you go.
That's what everybody in America wants to watch.
No, thank you.
Wait, they don't flex Monday night games though, right?
They do now.
Do they now?
I guess in December they do. Not to start the season. But I had said to that point too, Will, that when we play the Patriots, I could see like the NFL doing like a dick move and putting us in like Sunday Night Football just to be like, oh, Kyler Murray tore his ACL against the Patriots in prime time.
If the Patriots didn't suck, yeah, they're playing a little bit better though. I'll give them that. That defense is pretty good. So
Although I will say,
Sunday night
go
and
ahead.
Monday night games,
and Thursday, but you have to give advance notice, like hyper advanced.
a couple weeks advanced.
Yeah, like 1 or 2, like 2 weeks. Yeah.
I definitely see the Minnesota game being flexed for sure. And who knows where the Cardinals and 49ers are going to be at, end of the year record wise.
There's a decent chance that Rams game that we had gets put into a favorable spot. The one right around.
Yep.
Yeah. Because that's in a mystery slot right now. And if I remember right, the deal with that week is that like 3 of those games are going to be flexed into national TV games, of the 3 of the mystery games. And I think, if I remember right, we are one of the better looking ones there.
Well, thank
Don't
you.
we have Christmas games? Aren't they trying to do that like Christmas Eve or Christmas Day or some shit?
Well, yeah, they've got one on Christmas. The Chiefs technically play 3 games in 11 days.
Good.
With the way the schedule's set up right now. By the way, some fucking voodoo dark magic shit with the Chiefs right now, man. I don't like it. That ending to that last game.
Yeah.
It's the Taylor Swift fix. I'm just kidding. I don't know. Now, I'm pretty sure if Lamar Jackson just doesn't fall off a cliff, like he's like the MVP lock, and then Josh Allen is probably right up there with him. But the people in the conversation right now, like, where do you think Kyler ranks among them? Because it's like Allen, Lamar. I think I saw like the betting odds on it, like Hurts. And then Burrow.
Hurts should not be there. Hurts is a fucking phony, man.
They're playing really well too. I'll give them that.
Well, they do this every year.
I'm not sold on Jalen Hurts. Not that I'm watching a lot of Eagles games either, but when I do see him play, like, there's nothing that he does that just like wows me in any sort of way.
He's just competent. He's just competent.
He's good enough.
Yeah, I mean, Patrick Mahomes ain't putting up the numbers. I think it would be probably, Lamar or Josh Allen, those 2 for sure are up there. But I mean, you have Kyler Murray right now on DraftKings. He has the 6th best odds, or excuse me, 5th best odds. So he's top 5 right now.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Lamar, just because of how well he's been doing, and just how much of a hole he dug them out of.
I would make a better case for Allen, given that he's got less talent around him.
Yeah. I would think Allen would be the for sure number 2, but I think Kyler could easily get up to, number 3. But if Patrick Mahomes, they stay undefeated, they're going to fucking give him that. But for Kyler to be number 5 right now, above, Jaden Daniels. Remember we lost to Jaden Daniels, and then one of the radio shows says, who would you rather have, Kyler Murray or Jaden Daniels to start your franchise with? And like all the comments were fucking Jaden Daniels. And I saw Jackie, you went ham on Bickley and Murata this week, huh?
Yeah. Apologies to Brandon Murata. And it's not, it's not Vince. It's more Bickley than anything.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, to post that shit talking about who would you trade Kyler Murray for the day he wins NFC Player of the Week.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking tone deaf are you? Like, read the room. We're rolling. The vibes are amazing.
I don't get an issue with Devin Booker.
Devil's advocate here. He's saying, how few quarterbacks are there that you'd actually want over Kyler Murray? That's my devil's advocate. To me, I'd say like 3, maybe 4.
Unnecessary. It's a narrative that you could spin that in a different way though too. But
they're notorious for shitting on him though.
No, for sure. I think Jackie Jackie has the right just because of their history of fucking saying shit like that. I'm pretty sure it was Bickley and Murata who did the same thing. Would you rather have Kyler Murray or Jaden Daniels after that Washington game. And all the damn near 90% of the comments were fucking Jaden Daniels. You say that shit now. Kyler's plus 1,500, Jaden Daniels plus 2,000. So Kyler's even jumped above him, obviously, with him being fifth. But you got Lamar at minus 110, Josh Allen, who I think I like his odds too at plus 350. Throw fucking a few bucks on that. But Patrick Mahomes plus 750, Jalen Hurts 1,200, Kyler 1,500, Burrow 2,000. Then tied with Jaden Daniels, Jared Goff, Brock Purdy 2,200, Sam Darnold 28, C.J. Stroud, Justin Herbert, so forth. But yeah, for Kyler to be top 5 right now, nobody would have been saying that after 4 weeks of the season.
Spoken on your top 5 tonight.
Now, first I want to say hello to Corey. Hello, Corey. Well, I'm glad that Goff went down after that 5-pick game.
They still fucking win. Imagine if Kyler threw 5 picks. How much would we lose by?
Not only that, but everybody be calling for his job, even if we do somehow squeak with a win. But what was I going to say? Well, I wanted to ask you guys something. Oh, comeback player of the year. Do you think Kyler has a shot at that?
No, it's going to be Kirk.
Kirk Cousins?
Yeah.
He wasn't hurt last year, was he? Yeah, he was.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. That's why Josh Dobbs went there, huh?
Hi, babe.
Why is that? Well, if we're going off MVP odds, Kirk Cousins is plus 4,000. 1,500.
Bigger market.
Atlanta?
Yeah, bigger media market.
Yeah, but Kyler's playing out of his mind. He's putting up better numbers than Kirko.
Yeah.
Kyler's breaking franchise records this year.
Let me see what the odds are on that, if they even have him comeback player of the year.
I know FanDuel has him, and if I remember right, Kirk was the favorite. It's like Kirk, J.K. Dobbins, and there was a third guy. I can't remember.
I don't see it on
DeMar Hamlin.
So this looks updated.
Hamlin is actually on there for the second year in a row. Yeah.
Kyler's third on FanDuel odds right now at plus 750. And it drops off significantly after that. I would put money down on, I might throw a little bit on Kyler at plus 750. When he's third, you got Kirk Cousins, Joe Burrow, and then Kyler Murray. The Bengals.
Oh, he's coming in hot on your boy, Jackie.
But the thing with Joe is that he's putting up good numbers and they still lose.
Exactly.
He needs help.
Aaron Rodgers is 6th. So
the hell? Throw the whole list away.
Right? But Kyler plus 750, throw $100 down, you can win $750. I wouldn't throw 100.
Called the hotline. Called the hotline.
You put $100 on a bet last week, didn't you, Will?
Next question.
Next question.
Did you
You're
win?
under oath.
Yes.
Is that a $100 bill you're using to snort cocaine with?
Colby says, called the hotline.
I won $110, so 210 last week, and I will not tell you what I did with $100 this week because you guys will be like Will the Jinx.
A hooker?
No
comment.
No, it's I'm saying I bet again, but I'm telling you I'm not going to tell you what the hell I bet on.
Jackie and I are going to buy Will a hooker. That's it.
I don't need a hooker. I get around.
Will's a whore.
Just like Tupac, you get around.
Yeah. Oh, Nick says we should get you a stripper. Maybe we'll get you a stripper.
They're the same. They're interchangeable.
How about this? Redbird Redzone fan meetup at the Alaskan Bush Company. How's that sound?
I'm down.
The one here in Arizona on Grand?
Yeah.
Not me knowing the location.
That's where we found Jackie to do this podcast. She was wearing a Cardinals G-string. Hey, Jackie! Come on here.
You guys,
I've never seen a woman look so good in a John Skelton jersey.
Is that your first threesome, Will?
What, Jackie and John Skelton?
Well, what the hell?
hell?
Everybody's doing that now. They're like, well, fuck this show. These idiots. They don't know ball.
I guess we can't have him on the pod anymore.
A lot of inside jokes. Yeah, this might be a little lost, but yeah. Jackie used to work at Alaskan Bush Company, and Will went in there one time. And John Skelton was there, and they all left together. It was a weird situation. And here we all are.
Christ. So I'm looking at the I was looking at the schedule of unscheduled games for week 17, and I think we actually have a good shot to be one of those games that's actually flexed to primetime that week, because that week is been left unscheduled for us. And if I remember right, there were at least a couple games there that the NFL were saying they were flexed to primetime just based off who's doing what. I'm going to read you this list right now.
What week is this?
Week 17.
We might
So the
be
week before the final week.
at that point.
The week before the final week. I hope we are. I hope we're that ahead.
Oh, the week. That's right.
So Denver, Cincinnati. Us versus the Rams. Chargers, Patriots.
Trash.
Colts, Giants.
Trash.
Atlanta, Washington.
That could be a good
That might
one.
be a good game.
Depending on what the Rams do. I mean, Rams are 4-5 now, so I don't know. We'll see. Where they're at another month.
To me, the Broncos game, our game, and obviously the Atlanta game, those are the ones that scream like flex to me. Because the rest can go to hell.
Yeah, I mean, it was also a month and a half down the road, but yeah,
for sure,
could be a possibility.
Colby says, just like before, this past month of games, when I said 3-1 or 4-0, I'm gonna call my shot again. 3-1 to this next 4.
I thought that said 14.
What'd you say?
What?
Did Colby say that on the? Was it on
did.
the podcast here? Or?
He did. One of the weeks you were out, he said that he can easily see us going 3-1 or 4-0, and it came to fruition.
Trying to steal my role, Colby. I see you.
Yes, if he wasn't busy playing World of Warcraft, he would probably be on the pod just to yell at Will, because Will called him crazy.
Colby doesn't take kind to that, or what?
He's a receipt keeper. He big petty.
I like it. Aren't we all a little bit?
There was something else I wanted to ask you.
But yeah, shout out to everyone tuning in. If you could like and subscribe, we appreciate you guys. We had fun last week. Thanks, James, for tuning in, and we're hoping. It sounds like he's going to be in town towards the end of the year, so it looks like we're going to try to get him on the pod again. You're a big hit, man. We appreciate you hopping on here. And, look forward to your posts on Twitter in the meantime.
I know we're in optimism season right now. I'm gonna still give my weekly "It Could Be Worse" because it's just funny. Yeah. So, the Carolina Panthers played a little game in Germany this weekend. At the start of the week, they were second in the draft order. After that game, they fell to 10th in the draft order if the draft were to be held today.
Really?
To give you an idea of how bad the bottom of the league is.
Yeah, I see people saying, "Oh, the quality of the NFL is not that bad." It's better than the NBA. I'll say that. NBA is fucking at least last.
I'd say in the NFL right now, there are 3 people I can make a case for as superstars who will become all-timers in terms of QBs. That is Allen, that is Mahomes, that is Jackson. I see 2 fringe cases. I see Herbert if he finally gets over the if syndrome, and also Burrow for the same reason. Yeah, I think Rod, because I'm not sure Kyler's there yet.
Is Herbert
I love
there?
him. I don't know, but if I'm talking about just pure like removing my fan bias from the equation entirely, in terms of how the general public sees players, at the end of their careers. I think that those two have a better shot as it stands right now than Kyler Murray.
No, no, we're not doing that.
Fuck off.
Especially with like the system that Jim Harbaugh is putting there in LA, where it's just real run heavy. You know, he's going to be a game manager. I don't think he's going to do anything spectacular.
At
And
the
I
end of
mean,
the day,
just
for greatness,
athleticism
9 out of 10 times, you got to win a Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
Unless you're Dan Marino or something, but
Larry Fitzgerald,
well, I mean, we're talking about quarterback specifically.
for sure.
Wide receivers a little bit different, I think. I don't know, but you know, as a QB, you know, unless you're breaking fucking records like Dan Marino didn't win the Super Bowl, there's always you'll never be really considered, one of the greatest of all time. Patrick Mahomes is right up there already, because of his Super Bowl wins, but you're gonna for Justin Herbert or Joe Burrow to be up there as one of the greatest all times. I don't see that just yet.
I would go as far to say is that Mahomes is already the GOAT.
Yeah,
that's my take.
Some people could.
I would.
I mean, Tom Brady was 40 years old when he hopped to a different team and won a Super Bowl. So
that's great, and that team was stacked from top to bottom. Fucking Mickey Mouse ring.
Mickey Mouse ring. Okay.
I just want to add to this too. About once a week, me and Colby go to our local sports watering hole to eat wings. And after about like the second tall mug of Dos Equis that I have, we're like screaming at each other about like quarterbacks. And I'm always like, Tom Brady's the GOAT. And he's very like Rodgers is the GOAT. So it's like
Rodgers.
Hell no.
Listen, if this was 2016, then sure, maybe, but not now.
Rodgers is going out sad. It's not like Peyton Manning. It's not like Tom Brady, where they still go out on top even though they've lost.
It's Y.A. Tittle.
I mean, he's a Hall of Famer for sure, but he's not.
He's going out sad right now. Like his legacy is being tarnished a little by just.
And he just seems like a douchebag too.
I just don't like the guy. And I said it last week. I've always hated him. The moment he got into this league, I just disliked him. And I don't put him.
You just heard stories of him and like shutting off his family. Like, I'm not going to judge one way or the other, but I mean, you gotta.
And see, like I used to hate Tom Brady because I'm like, oh, he's so good, but like he's the GOAT. And I used to hate like Kobe Bryant because I'm like, I hate him, but he's the GOAT. But like.
I thought you were going to say, like, you used to hate your boyfriend, Colby, and then now you love him.
Shut up. At the end of the day, like, I still recognize, like, yeah, they're so fucking good. Like, I can't, like, hate on him too much. But I don't feel that way about Aaron Rodgers at all. I just fucking hate him. And I can't look at what he's accomplished and be like, oh, yeah, I hate him, but he's the GOAT. That's not how I feel about him.
No, I mean, I agree. I mean, a lot of people. I wish Kurt Warner would have started his career in the NFL and see what he would have done. The numbers he put up, man. He's one of the all-time leaders in Super Bowl yards, touchdowns. What he played 3 games, I think, in the Super Bowl. So, if he would have had a full career, who knows what that guy? He's the best quarterback precision-wise. He didn't need to have a strong arm, but he could fucking dot it between 2 seams in between a tight window, over the middle, like better than anyone.
I think you're underplaying it. Kurt had a cannon. Let's be real here. Kurt Warner had a cannon.
It wasn't a cannon. No.
It was pretty damn good.
I take Carson Palmer's arm in terms of strength.
Yeah. It was. And I mean, Kurt was definitely at the back end of his career here, so maybe I'm just thinking about his last couple of years, but I mean, even with the Giants, he didn't have a cannon. It was to me personally, it was all about accuracy. He's the most accurate quarterback I've ever seen be able to complete balls in traffic through tight windows. But I mean, he could throw it 60 yards if he wanted to.
But any other thoughts before we get into predictions?
I love this team. I have never been more sad for a bye week. I don't know what I'm going to do with myself. I might go see a movie. I don't know. What do people do when there's no football?
Talk to your family.
Jesus God.
Introduce
Cardinals, save me. Save me. Save me.
I am terrified. Will is this excited about Cardinals football. I don't want to know what the other boot's going to drop. But I'm happy.
This usually means disaster. The first episode I ever had of the Redzone podcast is me and another guy. None of you guys were even here yet. I predicted the Steve Wilkes Cardinals to go 9-7.
Jesus H. Christ.
Yeah.
I predicted us to go 5 and something, but yeah.
I don't even remember. I don't know. I like to just mentally block that year from existence in my brain, and I'm gonna keep it that way.
I watched the Cardinals Broncos game that Halloween instead of going out for trick or treating. It was probably the last year I could have done it too.
I mean, you can still do it now. You got a baby face.
Oh yeah, get those king size Snickers.
You can't be saying that, Mac.
No, I plead the fifth. Can I just say, I went 12-1 last week in Pick'ems. Only missed that Atlanta game. Will, you're garbage. You went 6-7. Jackie and James, you both went 10-3.
We're not going 6-7.
No, you are going 6-7. I told you last week when you were picking them, those are some funky ass picks, but who am I?
Can I just also say too, before we get into pick'ems, that being at the game, especially like from the Bears game to like the Jets game now, was a whole lot of green. And when there was green, it was actually a Rodgers Packers jersey. At one point, I got up to go to the bathroom and get a drink, and I was coming up the steps, and some guy was J-E-G. I'm like, sucks. Like, get that chant out of here.
Fireman Ed could suck my goddamn cock. Go Cardinals.
Go Cardinals.
Jackie, we thank you for being such a huge supporter of the Cardinals. Without you, they wouldn't have won any of these last 4 games. So,
Jackie, drop that fucking Venmo so that anybody who's listening to this can get you over to Seattle. Good luck, Jackie Charm.
I wish. But me and Mac were, out of the kindness of our hearts, for our support of the troops and fellow Cards fans, we did send James to a game. We got his ticket. So, James, I will be in Virginia that weekend, so I won't be in attendance. So you better show up, show out.
Jackie, we got to get you to Carolina for the Panthers game too, because that's a bad game for us usually.
Yeah, usually.
all right.
All right. Absolutely.
All right. Let's see what your asshole of the week. Let me just scan real quick. It could be this game. All right, we'll start it off. Sunday morning, we got the Vegas Raiders in Miami to face the Dolphins. Who you got?
I think the Dolphins are kind of heating up a little bit. Granted, Tua needs to stop spearing people with his head. Give me the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going to follow suit with you as well. Beat the Rams last week. They're looking a little bit more comfortable with Tua behind the helm, so let's go that route.
Surprisingly, not my ass bowl. I think Tua makes this game interesting enough that it's at least worth like a little side glance. Like, okay, well, everything else is on break. I'll give this a watch. Could be fun.
I mean,
it's exciting because you don't know what Tua's gonna do next with his head.
Frightening. I was watching him too. I'm like, don't get hit.
Brain matter is gonna be dripping out of his ears. Stop it.
Yeah, you said it was Raiders, Dolphins. Give me the Dolphins.
All right, this could be the ass bowl. These first 3, one of these 3 is the ass bowl for sure. Browns at New Orleans. Who you got?
This is your certified super mega ass bowl.
I love the asshole segment. This is great.
The production
Eric Carr
level.
is back, right?
He
Does
is.
it matter?
Yep.
No, but is it gonna be the Jameis revenge game? Probably not. Give me the Saints.
I can't think of a narrative that I'm less interested in than a Jameis revenge game. Come on.
I'm trying to make it interesting.
I know. Give me the Browns here. The Saints are unwatchable right now.
Oh,
How the fuck do you lose to Carolina?
The Browns are Will's ass bowl pick. Makes sense.
Maybe the Panthers turn it around.
All right, this could have been your ass bowl though too. We got the Colts and Anthony Richardson starting again. What the fuck's going on in Indianapolis? Heading into New York to face your Jets. Will, who you got?
Go New York, go New York, go! It's gonna be the Jets, baby.
I'm going Indy. Just so Will doesn't fucking.
Now, Colb and I did get into a very heated argument about Anthony Richardson because I told him he's never going to be anything in the NFL. He took a little bit of offense to that because he's a Gator fan. But
no other reason, but because he's a Gator fan.
How are you going to be an Arizona Gator fan? What the fuck?
He weird. We love him, but he weird.
And a Colorado Buffalo fan, right? Is that correct?
But I feel like even though it's a lost season, the Jets need a get-right game, and this could be that get-right game for them. So give me the Jets.
I want to see Aaron Rodgers benched. That'd be my
who's behind him?
What up?
Tyrod Taylor.
Hell yeah.
I was just talking about it. Is he still in the league? I haven't heard from him since he got stabbed in the lung. Yeah.
I love Tyrod Taylor. He's so cool. I wish he was a Cardinal.
Moving right along, I don't think we got to talk about this long. Minnesota heads to Tennessee to face the Titans. Sweep across the board?
Yeah.
I just love that they won't bench Levis, and he always has some kind of stupid, meme-worthy, skill shot in the game. So I just live for, what is Will Levis going to do next?
It could always be worse. You could always Will Levis as your quarterback.
If I remember right, Carson Beck, his ceiling was Daniel Jones and his floor was Will Levis. Is that right?
Oh
Jesus.
God,
it's rough.
That's like being in a shoebox.
I was gonna say.
I think a shoebox could play better quarterback than Daniel Jones.
He's still in the NFL getting paid, so we'll give him that. But yeah, if your upside is Daniel Jones, I mean, it could be worse. What other quarterback gets fucking 5 or 6 years to be the starting quarterback and just be fucking suck as bad as Daniel Jones sucks? Get that leash. What would it be to be 6'5" and white and be a starting quarterback in the NFL?
I just need 4 more inches. If only I could take the inches from down there and put them up here.
I was about to say 4 more inches of fighter peen.
Moving right along. Okay, we got Green Bay in Chicago to face the reeling Bears. Who you got?
It's got to be Green Bay. I mean, Chicago's just...
They're fucking dumpster fires. There's a lot of dumpster fires in the NFL. A lot.
Yeah, I don't know why the hell they stuck with Eberflus, because he's just never been a good coach for Chicago.
Across the board, Green Bay, Jackie?
Yeah.
All right, moving right along. We got I don't think we have to spend too much time on this one either. Jaguars heading to Detroit. All right, give me the line.
Yeah.
Yeah, moving right along. You walking, Will?
Yeah.
Look at you, man. Getting your steps. Rams at Patriots. I'm going New England. New England's defense is pretty legit, and I just love seeing the Rams lose, so why not?
Yeah, give me the Patriots.
You guys are on crack. It's going to be the Rams.
Moving right along, Will. This could be the game of the week. You got Baltimore, the Ravens head to Pittsburgh to face the Steelers.
Ooh, that's a beauty.
But this one and then the Bills, Chiefs are definitely the top 2.
See, that being on at 1 p.m. is a fucking grind. That is an 8:20 game if I've ever seen it.
Oh, you got the Cowboys Monday night, Bengals Chargers.
Bengals Chargers got flexed into that spot.
Really?
Terrible game. Yeah, because it was going to be
Steelers or Chiefs Bills.
Because it was going to be, if I remember right, it was going to be that Jets game that was going to be on Sunday night initially.
Jesus.
Give me
Ravens in Pittsburgh.
Give me Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, low-scoring brawl.
Yeah, it's gonna be a slugfest.
Give me Baltimore. I'll take Baltimore here. Try to get a win on you guys. All right, we have Seattle heading to San Francisco. That's gonna be a close game, I think. San Francisco, they're not that team this year. I don't think. Christian McCaffrey's, just coming back off the IR, and it's probably gonna take him a little bit to get ramped up. He didn't look like his explosive self out of the backfield. He's running the ball.
Christian McCaffrey looked good in the passing game. He looked terrible in the running game.
Yeah.
I saw somebody say that he looked like Vikings era Toby Gerhart, and I think that's actually perfect.
Jesus.
That's a pull right there.
Seattle.
Give me Seattle.
Oh.
We need it too, right?
It'd be helpful
to gain a game on you guys on here. That's it. All right, Falcons Broncos. I am gonna go Denver. In Denver, give me the Broncos. I've got to bet that the Falcons won't make the playoffs, which is not looking great right now, but I'm gonna keep riding it. Let's go Broncos. Get your shit together.
I did a deposit match at the beginning of the year. There was like a Ringer article. I was like, oh yeah, best bets or best like dark horse bets you can make for the season. Panthers win the division. Not happy about that.
Call the number, Will.
Listen, it was a bonus bet. You said it was Falcons who?
We got Falcons in Denver. Face the Broncos.
Yeah, no, Falcons. No question.
Give me Kirko Chains.
All right.
You like that?
Jacqueline.
I said, give me Kirko Chains. Kirk Cousins. Mr. You like that? Mr. Cole's Cash.
Get a little steak in your girl, and she gets a little rowdy, huh, Will? Jeez. I'm
not Will's girl. My boyfriend's listening. Shush.
Chill. Moving right along. Sorry, Colby. Chiefs Bills will be your other game of the week. I'm going.
Jesus, how many
Bills?
Yeah, give me the Bills too. The Chiefs are due to fucking lose, man.
It's going to be the Chiefs, and I'm not telling you which game they're going to lose, but it will surprise you.
I can't wait to hear it.
Yeah, can't wait down the road. Thanks.
Down the road.
You won't have to wait long.
Who you got, Jackie?
Give me the Bills.
The Bills. All right. Won't have to wait long. Let me just scroll real quick to see who the Chiefs play here in the next week or two. Next week they got to bye. Nope, they play the Panthers. They're not going to lose the Panthers. Get the fuck out of here. Out! Get out! Fuck out of here. All right. Bengals Chargers. Who you got?
It's the potential bowl.
It's the Daddy Bowl. Give me the Bengals.
I've always been an LA Chargers fan first and foremost. So give me Daddy Herbert any day of the week.
I find him handsome.
Give me Daddy Lad McClunky any day of the week.
Laddie?
So I honestly feel like the Chargers are kind of like in that Cardinals realm where they've beaten a lot of the, I guess, teams with worse records than them and have lost to like the better teams in the league. Because you look at here's the Chargers who they've beaten: Raiders, Panthers, Broncos, Saints, Browns, Titans. So I mean, they're 6-3, but is that a legit 6-3? You are what you are. Coming down the stretch here, now they play Bengals, Ravens, Falcons, Chiefs. So I think we're going to see losses stacked up, and I think it's going to start with Cincinnati. And I mean, I'm gonna go Cincinnati here. I'm not trying to bash the Cardinals or anything too, but when you look at who we've won in their records, the only losses that we have had are against really good teams. Eventually we would like to win one of those against an elite team. The records of the opponents that we've lost to are 29-9. So coming down the stretch, Minnesota would be a great win for us. Hopefully we can get that, but they do kind of remind me in their wins and losses, just looking off strict schedule, because our wins are what? Yeah. Dolphins, Bears, San Francisco, one, Rams, a lot, definitely better wins than what the Chargers have, but there's not that signature win just yet, in my opinion, for the Cardinals. Kind of just wrapping that together for that. I'm going Cincinnati. Who you guys got?
Cincinnati.
Chargers.
Shout out MHJ era, not James. That's another MHJ era in the YouTube chat. He's got his picks in. But what else?
No, he was listing the teams that he likes more than the Cardinals.
Texans, Cowboys. Will's dream matchup. Who you got?
Jesus Christ.
Give me the Texans.
Yeah.
Cooper Rush, Cinderella story. Give me the Cowboys.
Gross.
Is it at home? Is the sun out?
It's in Dallas. So yeah.
Well, it's Dallas at 7 at night, so there's no sun.
Can I just say I saw this? I was looking up some stuff, and would you believe it that Jonathan Gannon has one less win in November than Cliff Kingsbury did in all his 4 years here?
I do actually.
Yeah, I guess
Can't believe it.
probably good, but just seeing that, him being Jonathan Gannon's now 3-3 in November. Cliff Kingsbury was 4-9, so it's nice to see some competence as we're heading towards the holidays. And it's just weird having a bye week right now too, just all hyped up, yacked up on Mountain Dew. But not to have a game this week, it's nice to not have that much stress. I'll have to introduce myself to my family again. But yeah, we'll be good.
I've been hiding in a little hole like a gremlin. I'm gonna have to emerge from it. They're gonna be like, "What the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that guy?"
You guys got anything else?
Oh yeah, I'm like, get to our game, but fuck.
Should we announce what we're doing next week?
I have no idea what you guys are doing.
Well, Mac, if you want to take a bye week, that is up to you. We support that because me and Will are going to be talking about who we find attractive quarterback wise.
We're talking about the hottest NFL QBs. We're gonna have our legs up in the air like we're reading our little diaries.
Yes, we're gonna be giggling like schoolgirls. Will's
you
got
guys
a
really
tier
just
list.
drove in the male followers that we have. Just really grabbed them by the balls and brought them in. I mean, I'll be here because the Cardinals will be playing next week, but I might judge. I might be the judge of your guys' little girl debate you'll be having.
We'll do some other fun things. I'll figure out some fun things to discuss. Not a lot of like in-depth football analysis. So if you're listening and that's not your cup of tea, feel free to take a bye week from the pod as well. But we'll still be here. We'll be drinking, shit talking. We're not fucking leaving.
We'll be naming random Cardinals who are like, oh man, I remember that guy. Allie Highsmith, that was a guy. J.J. Arrington, what a guy.
Oh, J.J. Arrington. Someone brought up in this chat
to kick off the house against the Cowboys.
Yeah, no, it wasn't this chat. It was our group chat that someone brought up, like Steve Breston. I'm like, that's a fucking name I haven't heard in years.
Steve Breston was my fucking boy. I miss him.
Yeah, he was a great third wheel.
Early Doucette.
Oh yeah.
Early.
Yeah. Gross.
Brian
Fucking
Johnson
hated him.
fucking hands the pans.
Yeah. So yep, we'll still be here, folks.
All right. Should we close it out?
Yes, sir.
This has been another spectacular episode of the Redbird Redzone podcast. I am your ever handsome host, Will. You can find me on Twitter at LiveOnThatSwing.
And I'm Jackie. You can find me on Twitter at JSanDiego. That is with 2 O's.
2 hoes.
2 hoes.
And I'm Matt.
You Will, or you and Mac. Those are my hoes.
I'm Matt. Thank you guys for joining us. Talk about our first place Arizona Cardinals. You can find me on Twitter at AZSportsFien. That's FIEN.
And let it be known that everything I said in this podcast was actually satire. We're not winning another game. Peace.
Later.